Welcome back to the stream. Rumble.com/Tectone, YouTube.com/Tectone. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We've been getting a lot of new members lately, and I appreciate that. Today we're talking about why Asmongold got banned. And I'm going to hopefully break this down to you because this happens every other month, just like it happened to me every other week before I decided to leave Twitch indefinitely, if not permanently. To be honest, right now I'm looking for a reason to delete my entire Twitch channel because I think that platform is for fucking fat. Can't say that on YouTube. But the issue is Asmongold got banned. Now, I'm going to show you some context. I'm going to show you the clip of why. I've already broke this down before. We're going to talk about it again. And I'm going to talk to you guys why low IQ sheep, cattle, run the internet. So a little bit of context from NMP here real quick. This clip, I haven't watched it, but it's going to be relevant to today's video. So let's watch this a little bit.
You went to Hasan's birthday party. You made a big fuzz about it. Yeah, because Hasan is an A-list celebrity, and he helped get Abdul something elected in Michigan. You know, when you're invited to it's like being invited.
Yeah, he got Abdul, Ahmed, Ahmad, Jihad, Alu Akbar elected into Michigan. Oh, okay, great. So we're going to talk about why Hasan got Abdul Jafar elected into office, and we're going to keep on watching this clip. This is rage bait, I'm sure.
I make stuff up.
Here we go.
You do. You do.
Here we go.
Me and Hasan are the most lied about people on the internet.
So NMP decides to go live and say that Nicholas Palm is the most, or Nicholas Palm and Hasan are the most lied about people on the internet. Nick, come on. Let's relax. I know you got to vouch for your boy here, but this is embarrassing. I promise you, nobody needs to lie about Hasan because the truth makes him look fucking horrible. And I want to remind you that there is a clip of Hasan that just resurfaced that I posted on my Twitter, 5,000 likes in 1 hour. And these are Hasan's own words. So let me show you what Twitch thinks is permissible, what NMP thinks that people are lying about, and let's just hear how Hasan thinks about immigration and America. Let's talk about it.
We're gonna keep bringing in immigrants into this country on purpose, just so they can fuck your sister, and then maybe even your daughter. We're gonna destroy the white race, bitch. That's what we're here to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real, man. When clips like that exist of a human being, I really don't think that anybody needs to make anything up. So Hasan wants to import infinite illegals into the United States of America to fuck our sisters and fuck our daughters. Which, by the way, that's pedophilia. And when somebody has clips that bad, as well as self-exclaiming and admitting that they went to a brothel with child sex trafficked minors at it, and he had a quote-unquote great time, yeah, I don't really think that's somebody we need to lie about at this point. By the way, Nick, if you would ever like to talk about any of this, I got my podcast, you got your podcast, let's talk about it. Because Nick, and I'm going to go on record, I actually like Nick quite a lot. I don't know how he has been brainwashed into saying these things, but it bothers me. It does. It bothers me. Nobody's lying about Hasan. The truth is well enough as it is. So here is the clip that got Asmongold banned. And we're going to talk about it. And essentially, I'm going to explain to you why low IQ retards dictate punishments in the world. They are running our courts. They are running every HR department, and liberal white women love empowering retards that destroy the lives of takes they don't understand because they're not service level, they're complex, and they require a bit of thought, something that people of today's society don't want to do. So I'm going to tell you what people think Asmongold said. Asmongold says he wants to shoot children in the head. Now, let me show you what he actually said. We're gonna write this down on a notepad. So this is all what they're pretending they said. Now, let's watch the clip again, and we're gonna break it down. Here we go.
Is shoot him, problem solved? That's what I would do. That's what I think they should. I think they should just fucking shoot him. Like, I've said this before.
Context, 60,000 Moroccan Africans illegally force migrated into Spain all at the same time, using women and children as shields. That way police could not enact justice and remove them from their country. 60,000. 60,000 criminals. all breaking into your country, and force and using the law is not allowed because they used women and children as shields. Let's keep going here.
Like, I know that it might sound like, oh, well, you shouldn't do that. I have no sympathy for doing that, and I would do that in a second because it's the right thing to do in the long term. You can never look at, in a very, very isolated incident, you could say, and there's always, this is emotional blackmail, right?
Yes.
Where you can't shoot these people, they have kids with them. Well, then don't bring your kids.
Exactly.
If you don't want to get shot, then don't bring your fucking kids.
Now, this can sound heartless. Now, let me explain to you what he means. And we're going to explain this multiple times throughout this clip. So, criminals, illegal criminals from Africa, are forcibly invading other countries, and they're using their women and children as kids. Asmongold's solution is to shoot them all. Now, you could say, well, why is he going to shoot the women and children? Because the problem is that an extreme measure needs to be taken once to ensure that more women and children are not being put into the line of fire and the line of danger in perpetuity. We must put our foot down once, because the issue is if criminals see, oh, I'll just break into this guy's house with a group of kids, that way they can't shoot me. More and more kids in the long term are going to be used as sacrificial pawns for criminals to enact behavior and criminal activity as they see fit, and police officers are not going to be allowed to do their job. This isn't our problem. It is their problem they're presenting us with. We don't want to do this, but it's our only choice for the safety of our countries. An extreme measure must be taken once to ensure it doesn't happen again. And if you want to know why they're doing this, they did the exact same thing in Iran, where they built an elementary school on top of their military base. So if anybody retaliated against their terroristic activity, they would say, oh my God, they're bombing the children. They are doing emotional blackmail on not just the United States of America, but everyone on this earth. And they're doing that by weaponizing the lives of children and women. And it's disgusting. And the reality is they have forced our hand. Until we say this shit's not going to work, they're going to continue to bring children to war zones and say, hey, as we rape your women, as we bomb your countries, as we destroy your families, as we destroy your lives, and as we destroy your countries, if you shoot our infants, you're the bad guy. And I don't think it's a good idea to be allowed to weaponize the lives of children to enact terroristic threats. Let's keep going here.
It's really simple. You mean you'd shoot adults and deport the kids, right? Well, I'd shoot whoever. Yeah, I'd shoot whoever. I mean, if it's kids, women, men, anybody, just shoot them. They're going to stop coming over.
It's really that easy.
Because if you don't do that, they'll use children and women as shields to get themselves over.
And there it is. They have forced our hand to do something truly barbaric. It is not because we want to. It's because these people have forced us to do this. Otherwise, the sovereignty of our nations will be completely dismantled. We are not the bad guys for doing what needs to be done. They are the bad guys for making this event occur. And that's the truth. And everybody knows it.
And then they'll put more women and children at risk because they know that they can use them as collateral so they can get more of themselves over. That's the way it works.
Exactly.
That's the way an animal thinks, and these people are animals.
Yes, they are.
They're savages. Absolute fucking savages.
Yep. Let's go ahead and pull this up real quick. Data not available. Never mind. Every single time something seems slightly racist to Grok, data not available. Isn't that convenient? Let's keep going here.
Hamas tactics, yeah, terrorists. Of course you don't want to do that. Doesn't mean you want to do it, but you have to do what you need to do in order to enforce your borders, man.
Yep.
Like, that's the way it is.
If borders aren't enforced, then congratulations. The United States is about to mow over 90% of the countries overnight and take all of your resources. I promise you, borders are a good thing. And by the way, if you think borders are a bad thing, leave all your car doors unlocked. Leave all your safes unlocked. Leave all your doors unlocked. Okay? If you really feel like borders are a bad thing, Sleep outside in downtown Detroit with no clothes on. Why are you wearing borders on your body? Why do you have those? Why are you in a house? Why are you locking your car? Why are you locking your house? Why are you locking your windows? It's for our safety. Obviously, because evil people exist. And in controlled environments, it's a lot easier and more practical to control people with nefarious means than living our lives lackadaisically. And it's also a nice way to agree, this is mine, everybody else can fuck off. It's really that easy.
People are too emotional
Yeah, why do you have a pit bull named Princess? True.
to see that. Yeah, I mean, like, again, like it's you can't make decisions that way. And I understand the way that I talk about this might be a little bit extreme. It might.
It's really not extreme. The only people it's extreme to are retards who aren't understanding that sometimes criminals and terrorists force us to do things that we don't want to do, that we must do in order to maintain the safety of our earth, not just country, of the earth. We cannot make people think that using women and children as sacrificial lambs is an okay thing to do or permissible in any regard.
Be a little bit, unemotional.
Captain Credit for the $20. Welcoming these criminals into the country is like inviting a libtard into a Discord chat. Oh, trust me. I dealt with 2 libtards yesterday. That's the reason why I ended stream yesterday. These 2 libtards are so afraid of me. They refuse to talk to me directly. And they have to use one of my friends as a mediator because they can't even be in the same room as me because they're so afraid of me. And by the way, I've met these people before multiple times. I've been nothing but kind to them. But these people know that I'll call them out on their bullshit if they try to sling any of this shit to my face. And it's embarrassing. And then they were talking about a case that I've talked about before. And they said, well, Tectone said this about these people, and they said this. And then I showed them via a mediator, the exact same person admitting that they lied about what they said here, but they wanted to believe the person on the initial claim, but then they didn't want to believe the person when it was documented that they lied and they admitted to lying. And they say, well, actually, he just thinks that because he's misogynist. And then I was like, oh, okay. So we're another one of those deny reality. The only thing that exists is my imagination, huh? Love those people. Love those people. Guys, remember, reality doesn't exist unless it's inside their own brain. And it's embarrassing because when you meet one of these people, they are going to radicalize the fuck out of you. And short term, they're going to have a lot of power because outrage culture is everything. But the reality is that the more people are exposed to these parasites of human beings, these absolute waste of space, their actions are going to speak louder than anything else. And when people become aware of what they're doing, how they operate, why they're doing it, people aren't going to buy into this reality because it can be verifiably disproved at your fingertips. They might gain a couple more retards every now and then, but anybody who's capable of doing their own research, they are completely powerless to. Anyways, back at it.
Emotional. I wish we had more people like me.
I don't. I think people need to shower. I wish we had more people like me.
I wish we had more, because we got too many pussies that are too worried about the optics of something rather than the reality of it.
That's true, but I also do that more. Anyways.
The reality of it is that if you allow people to use kids as a shield to come over, they're going to use kids as a shield to come over.
Very true.
And that's going to cause a net increase of child exploitation.
Obviously.
A net increase of child suffering. And it's better to just say nobody can come over and shoot anybody than try to create winning solutions for these people so they can take advantage of them by further exploiting those groups of people that you think you don't want to shoot.
Yeah, which, by the way, I said this 3 months ago. Now Asmongold is parodying it, and that's okay. I don't mind. He's my buddy. He's allowed to do that, is what it is.
That's just how it is. You say you shoot kids? Yeah. No, that's. I mean, obviously that's what I said, right? I mean, like that's clearly like. I mean, that's Like, I don't know why. Like, why would you repeat it to me as if I didn't say it?
Yeah.
That's literally exactly what I said. That's the reasoning for it. That's my logic. That's exactly what I would do. And I wouldn't even have any question for it.
Once again, we take no enjoyment in it. We don't want to do it, but it is something that terrorists and criminals have forced us good, kind people to do for the safety of our own people. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say something crazy. I don't give a fuck about random illegal immigrant criminals more than my own people. I don't. Because those same illegal immigrants have been parasites in our countries, making our blue-collared workers' life harder and harder, taking 40 to 50% of our tax dollars to support their welfare, fucking can't get a job, lazy fucking asses, while they rob and pillage and rape our country. So no, I don't give a fuck more about illegals than my own people because I'm not retarded.
Come on. Well, I'm going to pull one more up. Keep the kids, deport their families? What do you think the kids do? The kids grow up and they resent you for supporting their families to turn to terrorists.
True. Just because someone is 5 or 6 years old doesn't mean that they're going to become a good person. It doesn't. Just because someone's 5 or 6 years old doesn't mean they're allowed to break the law. Keep them where they come from. If they want to come here, they can do so the legal way. And I'll be real. I'm being lenient as fuck with that because I don't think that's provided any net positive on the country whatsoever.
No. You present a very specific scenario, just shooting into a crowd, and now there happen to be kids too? Of course.
No, I would like to say, not all migrants are created equal. That's the goddamn truth. East Asians are fucking owning on every metric. Like, bro, there should be, if you're an East Asian, you should have like the skip the line fast pass like they do at Six Flags to get into America. And that's the truth because they commit the least crime, they're the most educated, and they provide our country with the most profit and the most net gain. They shouldn't even have to do any paperwork. Like, we should have a red carpet for East Asians to come into our country whenever they want. Yeah, oh yeah, and Norwegians and Scandinavians, absolutely. And then you should have Somalians and say, sorry, you've been randomly selected to be screened. And if you want to know why I'm saying that, I would like to remind you that over 90% of Somalians, 90% of Somalians that have come to the United States and have been here, not for a couple of weeks, for over 5, 6, 8 years, all of them are still on welfare. If you can't integrate into a country after 5, 6, 7 years, get the fuck out. Genuinely, you're lazy and you're dumb and you're not trying at all. You're a parasite on our nation. Leave. We have no obligation to take care of retarded children. What happened to Asman? He got banned because people were too stupid to understand what he was saying.
Because that's the reality. Because if you have kids in the crowd, then kids are going to get killed in the crowd. Then you're going to use the emotional weight of the kids getting killed in the crowd as a justification to not shoot the crowds.
Yep.
But you think that shooting the crowds is the correct option,
yep.
Which means that you would be okay taking the risk of killing the kids, which means that killing the kids is somehow acceptable, which means that doing that is not a big deal, and you'd be okay with it as well. You're ignoring how the sausage is made because you don't want to feel bad about the outcome.
Yep.
But the reality is that any way that you logically deduce this reality...
Because here's the reality. Everybody here loves pork. Everybody here loves sausage. Everybody here loves chicken. We all love, especially my black community. Every one of y'all loves meat. Now, would you want to eat it every day if you had to watch someone take a samurai sword and slice their head off and pull the meat off? A lot of y'all would say, no, probably not. The reality is a lot of good comes to this world by making sacrifices. We don't want to do these things. We do them because we must. And you can't ignore you can't ignore how the sausage is made.
You will immediately come out with bad behavior.
I understand my audience is a bit harder than the day-to-day, but the majority of people would say no, and they would say, actually, I'm vegan, which actually makes me a better person because I don't eat animals. Oh my God. I don't eat animals because I'm vegan. Oh my God. I'm such a good person. Shut the fuck up, retard. Have you ever met a vegan that wasn't fat, ugly, and stupid? Straight up.
You understand? You just create a human shield defense? Of course. All I'm saying is don't pull the kids aside and shoot them if you had a choice.
If there was a choice to summon a divine lord to come in and put blessing of protection on women and the children, obviously it would be done. Obviously. You know? Like if Michael could descend from the heavens and bless and protect them with his wings, sure. But that's not possible. It's not possible.
I don't think they should pull them aside. No one wants to feel bad about the outcome. Well, of course, I mean, like, yeah, actually, I don't care about feeling bad about the outcome at all. I care about feeling bad about that I did the wrong thing. This is the kind of guy that falls hook, line, and sinker for the Hamas propaganda because he can't see past kids. It's so sad, man. It's honestly so sad the amount of people that are emotionally captured by this.
Yes. And the other thing is, what you guys have to understand is people who are saying that we should just let them come over value random criminals over their own people. And I don't. I don't. America is my home. America is my house. And we pick up after ourselves in my house. We clean up after ourselves in our house. We take care of our house. And I'm not going to let people be in my house that are ruining it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So once again, Asmongold was banned because people were too low IQ to understand his take. And after watching all of that, they still got, oh, Asmongold said he thinks children should be shot for fun. No. Nobody said that. Nobody ever said that. What he said was, these people are forcing our hand to do something horrible, but we must do that for the safety of our people. And it's very simple. I've said this many times, and it's crazy to see Asmongold get banned for this because enough people bitch and whine about him on social media. Anyways, God bless you. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.